Hi 5M. Welcome back to our flipped classroom. You guys did a great job yesterday, and I'm totally happy doing this every day if it's what's best for you. So please, 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 if you get stuck, make sure you rewind, play it again, pause it to do what you're supposed to be doing. And if you need any sort of help, please raise your hand. We're here to help you. All right, enjoy. All right, 5M, here we are back for lesson number 2 of our flipped classroom. So today we're working on lesson 3.7. To get us started, I want you to start thinking about polygons. So to do that, what I'd like you to do is go ahead and look at page 80 in your journal. On that page it says Gina drew 4 shapes: an equilateral triangle, a square, a rhombus, and a hexagon. She covered up most of each figure, as shown below. Can you tell which figure is which? Write the name below each figure, then try to draw the rest of the figure. So you're going to write down not only the name of each figure, but draw the rest of the figure as well. Go ahead and pause the recording right now and do that, and then come back when you're ready to check. All right, hopefully you've done some drawing here. Let's check these out here. Okay, this one right here is going to be your hexagon. Here's an equilateral triangle, a rhombus, and a square. We're going to talk more about those shapes today in just a second. I'd like for you to take some time right now, though, to go ahead and do these for me. It says, on your whiteboard, please go ahead and answer these for me. So I really want you to get your whiteboard out. And I know we haven't used those much this year, but if we're going to flip the classroom like this for math, you're going to need your whiteboard. So go ahead and answer these questions on your whiteboard for me, the best of your ability. I know the W's are kind of cut off, but that's okay. And then come back and I will share the answers with you. Go ahead and pause now. Okay, so you're probably back to check your answers. Let's look at these. The first one said, what is a triangle called if it has at least 2 equal sides? We talked about this yesterday in your lessons, and it is called an isosceles triangle. Okay, what are the factors of 24? Remember, factors are the numbers you can multiply together to get 24. Hopefully you were able to get these. Now you might not have written them like this. You might have said 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, or 4 times 6. But those are all of the factors of 24. What square number comes after 121? Okay, so you can use your chart for this one. 121 is actually 11 times 11. So we need a number that's just after that. So we're going to try 12 times 12. And that will give us 144. Next it says, write this number in expanded notation. Now we haven't worked on this a lot. Expanded notation is where you break it into its parts. So the number is 345 and 100. So this is going to be 300. Okay, first we just write out the 300. Okay, then we think about how much is that 4 worth. It's worth 40, so I'm going to add 40. Then we think about how much is the 5 worth. It's worth just 5, so I'm going to add 5. And then we have 100th, so 100th at the end. Okay, last is write the prime factorization for 48. So this is the factor tree. So for your factor tree, you're going to, in the end up with 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. If you need help with this one or you're not understanding what the factor tree is, please raise your hand at this point and Mrs. Conrads or I will come around and help you out. All right, on to our lesson. Today, boys and girls, we're talking about properties of polygons. When we talk about properties of something, it's how you describe something. So if I had the properties of a basketball, I would tell you that it's round, it's a sphere shape. It's usually orange, rubbery surface with some black lines on it. Those are properties. So we're talking about properties of polygons. Well, what is a polygon? Do you know? A polygon is actually, and I'm sorry this is cut off a little bit, but a polygon is a 2-dimensional figure formed by 3 or more sides that meet only at a vertex to make a closed figure. The line segments may never cross. So if we look at our examples down here, we've got vertexes are these kind of endpoints. Okay, they have to meet together and they can't just cross and continue. So these ones work. Here's what a polygon has to have. It has to be a closed figure. It cannot have any round edges, and no lines can cross each other, and the lines must also meet at a vertex. Okay? Alright guys, here I have a little song and video for you to talk more about polygons. Enjoy!
Shape with lines that connect. The number of sides tells us the name of the shape. A polygon is a shape with lines that connect. The number of sides tells us the name of the shape. A triangle is a polygon with 3 angles, 3 sides. A quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 angles, 4 sides. A pentagon is a polygon with 5 angles, 5 sides. A hexagon is a polygon with 6 angles, 6 sides. A heptagon is a polygon with 7 angles, 7 sides. An octagon is a polygon with 8 angles, 8 sides. A nonagon is a polygon with 9 angles, 9 sides. A decagon is a polygon with 10 angles, 10 sides. A polygon is a shape with lines that connect. The number of sides tells us the name of the shape. A polygon is a shape with lines that connect. The number of sides tells us the name of the shape. Draw a triangle up in the air. 1, 2, 3. Draw a quadrilateral up in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw a pentagon up in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw a hexagon up in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw a heptagon up in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Draw an octagon up in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw a nonagon up in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Draw a decagon up in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A polygon is a shape with lines that connect. The number of sides tells us the name of the shape. A polygon is a shape with lines that connect. The number of sides tells us the name of the shape.
Alright boys and girls, hopefully you enjoyed that little song and participated along with it. Now we're back and we're going to talk about 2 different types of polygons. There are regular polygons and irregular polygons. Regular polygons are the ones you're used to seeing all the time. They're polygons in which all sides and all angles are congruent or equal. So like a square is a regular polygon because all 4 sides and all 4 angles are the same length and size. But a rectangle, however, is not a regular polygon because it does not have all equal sides. So you really have to be a regular polygon, you have to have all sides and angles have to be equal. Okay? An irregular polygon are those polygons that are super weird that you don't see very often. An irregular polygon are those whose sides are different lengths and different measures. Okay, so here are some examples below. Okay, now we're going to focus on what's called a quadrilateral. The word quad means four, so quadrilateral is actually a four-sided shape. Okay, so four-sided shapes, this could be a parallelogram like you see here, two sets of parallel sides. It could be a rhombus that you see here, two sets of parallel sides and all sides are equal, or it could be a square. Okay, so if we zoom into the group of quadrilaterals, it's any four-sided shape. So look at all of these four-sided shapes on this page, okay? But they're separated into some groups. So first of all, when you look at a quadrangle, you need to think, is it a parallelogram or is it not a parallelogram? If it is a parallelogram, that means it has two sets of parallel sides. So I'm going to mark those on here for you. For example, look at this one. This side is parallel to this side. Go on forever without touching. And this side is parallel with this side. Okay? Now, rectangles, believe it or not, and even squares and rhombuses, all of these are all parallelograms. Parallelograms, it's kind of like an umbrella. These are all parallelograms. Okay? Those are all my parallelograms underneath that umbrella. If it's not a parallelogram, so it doesn't have parallel sides, two sets of them, it could either be a trapezoid, one set of parallel sides, a kite that has no parallel sides, but it does have two sides up here that are the same length, and two sides down here that are the same length. Or it could just be some random four-sided shape that really has no pattern to it at all. Those are all the non-parallelograms, okay? If we look over here to parallelograms, if you've decided it's a parallelogram because it has two sets of parallel sides, then you can then look down here and think, is it a rectangle or is it a rhombus? Rectangles have two sets of equal sides, so this side is always equal to this side. This side is always equal to this side. Okay. Rhombuses have all sides equal. So they kind of look like a square that's just kind of been tilted to the side. So kind of, sometimes you think about these as diamonds, boys and girls, but if all sides of the diamonds are the same, then you know that it's a rhombus, okay? And then if we look down here, there's a square. Square is actually really cool shape because it is a lot of things. It's a parallelogram. It's got two sets of parallel sides, this one and this one, this one and this one. It also is a rectangle because to be a rectangle, you only have to have two sets of equal sides. So would you agree that this side is equal to this side? And would you agree that this side is equal to this side? All right, so that means that it is a group, or it is a rectangle, okay? Also, rhombuses have four equal sides. So does it have four equal sides? Sure does. Now, for this to be just a square, though, it has to have all sides equal, okay? Two sets of parallel and two sets of parallel sides. And also, the tricky thing is it's got to have a 90-degree angle. So see my little square? I'll draw my next little square in blue so you can see it better. All of the angles have to be 90 degree. Okay, up in a rectangle, those angles have to be 90 degree too, but they have to have two sets, not all sides equal. Okay, so it's kind of tricky, but you can use this to help you throughout the day. If you want to take a quick screenshot of this right now, that would be a good idea to kind of use as a reference. So go ahead and take a screenshot of this now. Hit the belly button and the top button. Okay, hopefully you got that screenshot. Okay, 5M, let's get on IXL, the app. It's on your iPad, and log in. We have your login information. Raise your hand. We'll bring it around. And get on to geometry. I want you to focus on B2, types of triangles. B4, regular and irregular polygons. And B5, number of sides in polygons as well. Other ones, you can just kind of pick in there which ones you want to practice more. Okay? All right, have fun.